I'd like to address all of our parents out there that have any of their children are going to school or about to go to school. Um, Anybody driving around the schools during the mornings and afternoons when children are being unloaded and dropped and picked up. Um, Granted, it was decades ago, but the problem still exists. I was 14 years old. My cousin was 8. My younger cousin was 6. I lived in Oregon with my grandmother, and my mom lived in California with my cousins and helped my aunt raise them. They were walking to school one morning, and they were hurrying because the boys were excited about a field trip. They waited at the last crosswalk to cross and go get on the bus to go on this field trip. And the bus driver, sensing things were safe, waved the boys over. Jeffrey walked with my mom, and my older cousin Cameron ran across the street. In that process, when he was running across the street, this woman who was running late for work tore around the corner, going, I don't know how fast, but fast enough to send an 8-year-old boy flying 20 feet into a cement curb. He was in a coma for 6 months. They had to put monitors in his brain because his brain was swelling and there was fluid on his brain. When they brought him home, he was basically confined to a hospital bed for months. We had to feed him through a feeding tube. We had to change his diapers. We had to take him in a wheelchair that he stood up in because he couldn't bend his leg. It was a nightmare for our entire family. I'm 36 now, and he's 30. He still believes in Santa Claus. He still believes in mythical beings, the Tooth Fairy. He's got a very childlike mentality. He goes to physical therapy every day. However, his right side is still paralyzed. When he moves his hand, it's more like this than anything else. I think back on that day and I think, what if that woman had been following the rules? What if that woman had realized that children's safety is paramount and had been driving safely? My cousin Cameron could have been a successful man today. He could have had a higher quality of life. His brother is in aviation and incredibly successful. They both had a lot of advantages in their life, and the quality of my cousin Cameron's life has been reduced. He will forever have to have help. He has to stay with his dad. He can't live on his own. He can't maintain income, obviously, because he's got a childlike mentality. When you're bringing your children to school, the reason that there is policies and rules in place for dropping your children off and picking them up is because they are trying to keep your children safe. If you love your children, if you love children in general, then taking 10 extra seconds out of your day to follow the pickup line, follow the cars that are all following the rules, and go through the line and drop your kids off like everybody else does, you're going to be participating in teaching our children responsibility, teaching our children how to be safe. It literally takes 10 seconds. The line takes 10 seconds. I've never been late to work. And the one time that I was late to work, I just got up a few minutes earlier and showed up a little bit earlier. It's not rocket science. Our children's safety is paramount. And I am begging all parents to please follow the drop-off pickup line rules. If you are in a hurry, then get up earlier. It's not a big deal. You're rushing. Your rushing is illustrating to everybody else that getting to where you're going on time is more important than your children's safety. And I know, as a parent myself, that is not the case. I know that all of us as parents want the best for our children. let's work together, please. Let's be a team here. Let's follow the safety policies and adhere to the drop-off pickup rules. It's really to keep our children from becoming another casualty. Don't let your child have the same fate that my cousin has, please.